This episode of Going In Raw is brought to you by Raycon. Whether you're like us and working from home, or working on your fitness, or just sitting at home listening to your favorite podcast, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to, not whatever your kids or significant other may be listening to.
Yeah, that's why everyone needs a top-notch pair of wireless earbuds. But before you go dropping hundreds of dollars on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. Pick up a pair and see what all the hype is about.
Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Right now, get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/raw. That's B-U-Y, buyraycon.com/raw for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/raw.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, filmed live at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, and of course found in the audio realm wherever audio podcasts can be found. We're also available on the Patreon, YouTube channel memberships, and Twitch subs. And that's how you get into the Friendo Club to check out Friendo Club TV 5 times a week. We got bonus content.
Correct.
And you can get there $5 a month on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Click join on the YouTubes at youtube.com/Steven Larson, or just hit us up with a Twitch sub, and whenever we get a new bonus episode, an episode of Friendo Club TV, we shoot you an email directly. We've been having a lot of fun on the Friendo Club TV lately. Thursdays, of course, pin, loser, draw. It's the new phenomenon, Larson.
So good. So good. Of course, Tuesday, the award-winning Ask Steven Larson.
Yeah.
Just a wealth of content.
If you're not sick of us by now, then check out Friendo Club TV. 3 ways to get in.
That's
YouTube,
a hell of a pitch, man. That's
Patreon.
If you're not sick of us, have more.
So if somehow, some way, you're not over these old men just talking nothing. We do have some new patrons, though. I want to give them some shout-outs. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to Friday because we might have missed some. Adam Cassidy, Scotty Cura, JMC, Jesse Lucas, Tommy Cat, Bailey Cohen, Mark Alex Toledo, Noel Carpaz, David Loudon, and Olivia. Thank you very much for your
thank you.
support. We definitely appreciate it. I finished up. I know a lot of people have been waiting because of the whole. I'm just going to blame this on pandemic and not my own laziness. But because of pandemic, it took me a while to get to the rest of the Friendo Market shirts that we were selling at Mania. But the rest of those are all packed. I'm going to take them to the mail drop tomorrow. But a week ago, check this out, man. A week ago, one of our friendos had a birthday, and one of the orders that was placed was meant to be a birthday present. And in that order, the girlfriend of this person who ordered it asked for a shout out. So this is late. This is coming to Cal from Elva. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
A week ago.
Belated birthday. Happy one.
Your present is going to be in the mail first thing. One of your presents.
Good gift. Quality gift. There you go.
Sorry, it was apologies to Elva. Yes. I really lagged behind. I'm trying to order stuff, trying to order stuff these days is a pain in the ass. Can't just order things and expect them to show up anymore.
Supply chains are a little
very
little
delicate
these days.
Very delicate.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Anyways, so it was the Go Home Raw for Money in the Bank, which happens this Sunday. We're going to be doing our reactions live on YouTube.
Correct.
The pay-per-view reactions are still on YouTube. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
As confusing as possible.
Yeah, sure.
That's what
why
we're doing
not?
Anyways,
if you're not tired of us droning on, then we're also going to try to confuse you.
Yeah, we had the last chance gauntlet match go down, and we know person in the Money in the Bank match is going to be, and it might very well be your winner.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that's going to be the case, man. So if I still have my power rankings from the SmackDown episode on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, my math was really, really solid on that. Otis was going to be my number one. That's not it. But now, clearly, dude, the pit bull himself, AJ Styles. I mean, dude, the guy dug his way out of 6 feet of dirt.
Yeah, man.
He was confirmed dead.
You think 5 other competitors would be able to keep him back? Nah.
Let's see here. Yeah, Otis was number one. Daniel Bryan's in there. Aleister Black's in there. Andrade's in there. No, Andrade's not in there because he's not in the match.
No, he didn't even get a chance to qualify.
He wasn't even on TV tonight. Baron, he's fallen off the whole building.
Yeah, he is. They really sold that tonight.
Yeah, they did. They totally did. Yeah,
off the building.
Ray was worried about himself going off the building.
He said that's a risk he's willing to take.
AJ's going to throw Aleister Black, I think, off the building.
Well, AJ said he'd throw. He named like a bunch of people.
Yeah,
off the building.
But Aleister then responded to him directly.
Yes. His direct threat, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, clearly, we talked about this a bit today on News Brief. Clearly, AJ Styles is now the overwhelming favorite to win this thing. Vince is... Here's the thing. There's a plethora of reasons why. But first of all, Vince really loves AJ Styles. And he's always kept AJ super strong. And I can't think of anything stronger than having AJ win Money in the Bank. He's like the perfect... He's like the prototypical Money in the Bank briefcase carrier.
He's not above duplicitous means. He checks all the boxes.
Yeah, he totally does.
Totally does. Apart from that, we got a little bit more build for the Drew-Seth match. Drew, once again, looking like $1 million, man. I'm happy they're actually booking a champion who's actually dominant, where you actually have to do a lot to defeat him. Because far too often, we get champions who, hell, we saw that earlier in the show, where you have Street Profits taking a clean L to their would-be challengers. And I understand they're doing that to set up a match, but there's other ways to set up title matches without having the challengers beat the champions in a non-title bout and then losing when the belts are actually on the line.
I had a lot
tired of that trope in wrestling.
Yeah, there was a lot of across the wrestling spectrum on my Twitter timeline. Anyways, a lot of people had problems with that. I mean, it was a really long match. It was a really good match.
Yeah, it was really good.
I kind of feel like that match should have been the title match because it was really good. Now that's going to take place. That rematch is going to take place at Money in the Bank, right?
I would think so. Yes.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been announced yet, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What did you think of Raw in a nutshell, though?
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. I wasn't bored, but it's Raw is constantly plagued by the fact that it's 3 hours.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm looking at the rundown here, and nothing's awful.
Yeah.
The outcome of that Ricochet Cedric match against Thorne and Vink was shocking.
Yeah, no kidding.
I guess you got to hope there's some story in mind for where this is all going. Is it going to be a situation where MVP says, "Here, I got these guys. They're going to be my dudes in Thorne and Vink," and then they're going to beat Ricochet and Cedric so much that Ricochet and Cedric are going to go up to the MVP and it's like, "Hey, they keep beating us. Help us get to be that good." He accepts them and then kicks Thorne and Vink to the curb because he knows that Cedric and Ricochet, like based on raw talent, are way better.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I think Cedric and Ricochet are just like they're going to be on main event. That's just their lot. It's bizarre. It's really weird. It is really bizarre. I'm happy for Shane Thorne. He's been he's for years and years. So like he totally deserves this. Vink is really young and a bit goofy.
I thought he was good on the mic though tonight.
Yeah, he didn't like stutter. He was like WWE good. He was like promo class
good. He didn't seem
good.
Uncomfortable. I mean, considering this is the first time he's spoken a word on television, as far as I'm aware, on U.S. television, he You seem confident. You seem comfortable.
He did the promo class cadence, where you can tell that he doesn't have a lot of experience necessarily. I mean, I don't know. He might have a ton of experience, but it feels like he might be the kind of guy who they brought him in from, Australia. He was hot shit there. And then, you go through like PC stuff and you have to like relearn everything. You have to like unlearn and then you learn. You must unlearn.
Unlearn what you have learned.
And so he does like the standard WWE promo cadence thing. But yeah, he didn't like stumble or anything, and he talked, with enough volume so I could hear him. So that was good. Yeah. But yeah, it was just, it was odd. I hope that Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, like, they didn't even let them use their tag team name. Was that like a gag? Was the tag team name a joke or something? Because like they didn't even call him by that.
I don't know. Maybe that was just something where they dubbed themselves that particular name, and then WWE saw that and was like, "Nah, we're not going to do that."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've sort of given up hope that they're going to get a push or do anything with them. And then if they do, great. I'll be pleasantly surprised. But after tonight, no, I don't. It's not going to happen.
I just gotta hope there's some story, like they're doing a story with Apollo Crews, hopefully.
He wasn't on TV tonight either. I mean, they mentioned him. They did mention him.
They did.
They had didn't they have like a video package?
They had a little recap of him getting hurt and why he was out of the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know.
So
I hope that it all lands well for Ricochet and for two Fly Crew. But until I see it, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Speaking of MVP, Raw started off with MVP in his VIP lounge. And every week it's just, did they do this back in the, number one, did he do the VIP lounge back in the day? I didn't watch back then. Okay. Did he have a velvet rope that somebody would kick over every week?
Now you're asking me more stuff that happened 10 or 15 years ago.
MVP VIP lounge is in reverse order.
Oh, wow. Women Money in the Bank competitors, men Money in the Bank competitors.
Good. Solo MVP?
Probably.
Oh,
Chris
man.
Jericho might have been on there once. I don't know.
Anyways, women's Money in the Bank competitors, like you said, they were the guests. So it was Shayna, Asuka, and Nia Jax. MVP. This was great because Asuka comes down. Who came out first? Was it Asuka first? Because MVP started talking to her in Japanese. He was the very first IWGP Intercontinental Championship or
Correct.
champion.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for Quizlemania, man.
Is he? Do you think he's going to go to like IWGP stuff?
I don't think they do that often, but you never know.
I guess so.
Know you are the foremost authority in all things New Japan.
Yeah.
It might just hammer that home.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Anyways, he starts talking to Asuka in Japanese. That was pretty cute. And then, anyways, Nia and Shayna, they come out. Nia is the one to actually kick over the rope this time. MVP calls her the most dominant force in the match. But does she have the skill set to make it through from the lobby to not just the roof, but up the ladder in the match? And Nia looks all offended. She's like, I'm dominant, I'm relentless, and that's all I need.
It reminded me of the Giants promo when he was accused of being one-dimensional. He said, it's easy to be one-dimensional when that's all that you need.
Hard to argue that point.
Exactly. So he asks Asuka to respond, and she just proceeds to yell at Nia and Shayna. Calls them very rude, and I believe she calls Nia a big bully.
Okay. All right. I thought she said big booty. I swear I thought that's what she said. And then Nia looked like she was like thoroughly offended. Okay. That makes sense then. Big bully. Okay. Anyways, I was like, did she just say big booty? It'd have been funny if she said that.
Okay.
Like if they were really comfortable with each other for her to be able to say that. Anyways, so we'll, and then,
a lot of people here in chat thought that she said booty too. Maybe
she did. I don't know. I could see it either way though. They're similar words. Anyways, so MVP proceeds to go to Shayna Baszler because it's all breaking down. And he says, how will your skill set help you? And she busts out some Latin, says opera non verba, meaning I think I let my actions speak for themselves or something. or I like music in a theater-esque setting. I don't know.
Yes, arias and such.
Falsettos. Anyway,
Sopranos.
yeah, there you go. So the three tenors. Shayna says she does all her talking with her actions, and that's what makes her different from anyone else in the match. Asuka starts yelling at Shayna. They get up. They have a stare down, and they do the thing where Nia's just sitting there, and she's like, oh, I wonder how this is going to play out. Double kicks to Nia Jax.
Kick her out of the ring, yeah.
She tumbles over, goes rolling out the ring, and then they start getting into it, and MVP has to hold him back. He starts chuckling.
He's laughing.
He's like, hold on. It seemed like the kind of thing where he was just having a really good time being in the ring.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't help but laugh. But he was like, yeah.
He was having a ball, man. He was having a good time.
He was like, save it for the match. So all in all, I thought that was a pretty decent segment, to be honest with you. Anyways, before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Raycon. Larson, when you're sitting in front of your computer recording one of our shows or listening to some new jams, do you actually want to listen to what you're listening to, or do you want to listen to whatever your kids or wife are doing?
You know me, Steve. When I'm working or if I'm listening to the newest, freshest jams, I want to concentrate on what I'm doing or listening to, and that means I need a great pair of earbuds to make sure I actually hear what I'm trying to hear. But did I drop hundreds of dollars on a pair? Oh, no. I checked out some wireless earbuds from Raycon. Raycon earbuds start at half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as great as the other top brands you know.
Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet. With 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a compact, comfortable design that gives you a great noise-isolating fit.
Unlike some of those other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are stylish and discreet. That means no dangling wires or stems that distract during video calls. No stems, no wires here. You've probably seen celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Cardi B, J.R. Smith, and company co-founder Ray J wearing their Raycons. Pick up a pair for yourself and see what all the hype is about.
Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Right now, get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/raw. That's buyraycon.com/raw for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/raw. That's BUYRAYCON.com/raw. We had the the last chance Money in the Bank gauntlet match. Is that what they called it?
Match qualifier thing, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in this particular gauntlet.
There was a lot, and they left it open-ended. They didn't announce how many people were going to be in it in advance.
I don't really think they knew, to be honest with you. They were just like, hey, Titus, you're up.
I think they would
you're up.
Probably know, because they didn't know how many people to bring to the Performance Center. Essential personnel, man.
Started off with Bobby Lashley. He went pretty deep, man. He took out Titus O'Neil very quickly with a spear.
Yeah, and then Akira Tozawa, maybe quicker.
Shelton Benjamin put up a good fight. He had a blockbuster. Lashley kind of no-sold it. More offense. Lashley shook it off. Threw him around
Lashley
a little bit.
no-sold basically everything Shelton did.
What's that?
Said Lashley basically no-sold like all of Shelton's offense throughout this entire match.
Well, yeah, but then like Shelton was able to get him like outside the ring. Like he was able to disorient him a little bit, but in the end,
but Lashley
it didn't matter.
Easily shook it off.
Yeah.
This next bit was kind of weird. So Carrillo's next out after Lashley pinned Shelton following spear. Carrillo comes out. There's some back and forth, and the way commentary is portraying it is that Lashley is like losing his cool.
Yeah.
So he's in the corner kicking the hell out of Carrillo, and the ref's like, "Hey, 5 count, break it up." And then Lashley dares puts his hands on the official, and the ref's like, "All right, you touch me, you're disqualified," and goes and tells the ring announcer, "You're disqualified." And so he's DQ'd. He lost by DQ.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
understand
lame.
you want to show what's that?
That was pretty lame.
Yeah, it was lame.
Yeah.
You see people get away with a lot more and not get DQ'd.
He's a former ECW world champion, you know.
He's a former Impact world champion.
True.
He's got a great record at Bellator.
Anyway, so yeah, he gets DQ'd, and then he gets pissed off, and then he beats the living crap out of Humberto. I was about to say Humberto Del Rio. Humberto Carrillo falls out with a spear. Refs in, they come in, they break it up. They're like, hey, get out of here. But the damage is done. And then Angel Garza comes out, and I swear to God, at just a snail's pace, He comes lumbering. Now, I get the idea of this. He's an arrogant heel. He knows Umberto better than anybody because they're family, they're familia. But, man, this
you
is
hustle down there like you're trying to cash in Money in the Bank itself.
This is your chance at like a unique opportunity. 82% of people cash in successfully with Money in the Bank. And so Umberto actually takes it to Angel Garza by the time Garza gets around to actually fighting him. And then he gets the pin off a sunset flip. So idiot.
Yeah. Garza sent up for the wing clipper. Carrillo blocks it. Sunset flip. Win. Next, Austin Theory. He gets another crack at it. Just as successful as first time. Didn't win. In fact, he hits the superplex. You'd think a move that would be utilized to his own advantage. However, Carrillo, upon impact, cradles him up to get the And then the last participant out, Alan Jones, AJ Styles. He just does what Garza probably should have done, is just go right after him, attacks the leg, and attacks the leg some more. Eventually, he gets a pump handle gut buster, follows that up with a calf crusher. Carrillo taps, and afterwards, AJ, just for good measure, because he wanted to wrestle some more, rams Carrillo's leg in the ring post a few times, gets on the mic and says, "Not a zombie, not a ghost. It's me, AJ Styles." Says he got buried. Speaking of lame, I got buried, so what? It doesn't mean I lost anything because there's no rules in a boneyard match. So not only does he no-sell getting buried alive, he no-sells his own loss at the match.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. He's a man of pride. What is he supposed to say? Come out there, I lost clean and fair. He buried me. No, man, he's a bad guy. He's got pride.
You have to say. Here's the thing: you have to say anything about the winner losing the boneyard match at all. I need a better explanation how you managed to dig yourself up out of the ground.
Yeah, that's not a bad. You know what bugged me? He didn't.
By the fact, it's like he tried to pull a fast one where he's like, "Oh, I got buried. So what? I'm gonna change the conversation so you don't pay attention to the fact that I offer up no explanation of why I'm even here."
Yeah. I don't disagree with you necessarily. I was kind of bummed he didn't mention Gallows and Anderson being kicked out of the WWE.
Yeah, no.
That kind of sucked.
Anyways, he says he's willing to do anything to get Money in the Bank, including throwing someone off Titan Towers.
I guess a better way to go. Yeah, I get that. But I get they just wanted to make sure that he was still heel. Because here's the problem, man. If you start talking about, this is the problem. Explaining how you scratched and crawled your way out of 6 feet of dirt is like a face thing, man. That's the problem with that.
Gallows and Anderson were there. They just could have dug him out.
He can't talk about them. They've been released.
How about
their personas non grata?
No, that's what you do. You say, "Little did Undertaker know that I had a straw in my jeans I was wearing, and as soon as I hit the dirt, I stuck that straw in my mouth. So when the dirt fell on me, I gave myself a way to breathe through all that dirt."
He had a 6-foot straw?
Yeah, man.
I mean, his hand was poking out of the dirt in the end.
So he wasn't obviously 6 feet deep, unless he's got like go-go gadget arms.
So obviously, it's not difficult to think that he just started like doing this a lot.
I guess so. Yeah, if he's got a hand sticking out, he can just rotate it, start going back and forth real quick, like, and then start shoveling the dirt out of the way.
Exactly.
So really, he was only maybe like 18 inches down into the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw someone off Titan Towers. None of the matches been through what I've been through or seen what I've seen." So maybe he's inferring that he's seen some serious stuff while being buried alive.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I don't know.
Maybe Boom Studios will do a comic book about that.
There you go.
How he actually dies and then goes to the river Stygian.
What was that one movie where someone was buried alive?
Was it an Oliver Stone movie?
Was it a movie? No, Ryan Reynolds was in it. Movie where he's buried alive.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's like in a telephone booth or something.
That's a different one. I remember it.
Yeah, why would you watch it?
It's called Buried.
Oh, that makes sense.
Buried.
How did he get out?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it.
Nobody's gonna watch that shit.
I don't know.
Can you just go to the end of the plot section?
Sure.
Okay, while you do that, after that, Seth Rollins has an interview, and he's being very sort of Jericho 2009 Anton Chigurh slow talker guy.
Yeah.
So he's like, "How do I beat a dominant champ like Drew?" He's the guy who's going to take the company. I'm the guy who's going to take the company in the future. So the question is, how am I preparing for my destiny? He said he's trying to save Drew. His destiny will become reality when he stands in the ring, hand held high, when he's proclaimed champion. It was pretty effective stuff. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Did you find out how he got out of the hole?
No, it was too many words.
Oh, yeah. That's annoying when that happens.
Yeah, too many words. Just give me three words.
Too long. Didn't read.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we see Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink backstage. Thorne's taping up. MVP walks up to him. He said, I got one final word of encouragement for you gentlemen. Great moments are born from great opportunity. And Vink's like, hey, isn't that just a speech from Miracle?
Which one's Miracle?
That's Miracle on Ice. That's the hockey one.
Oh, okay.
And MVP's like, yeah, inspirational stuff, whatever. Thorne says he knows what it's like to lose to those guys, Cedric and Ricochet. And it's not going to happen again. And Vink said something to punctuate it. That was pretty good. I don't remember what it was offhand. He seemed fine.
He said something like he's really tall.
Oh, yeah, he's 6'5".
There's no way they're going to take Thorne and the 6'5" guy. Oh, piss off ghosts.
All right, fine. Apparently, Edge and Randy Orton aren't done fighting. They're going to be on Raw next week.
Yeah, this was kind of weird, wasn't it? Like, I was like, are they just replaying their WrestleMania match? This sucks, man. WWE spent like a shit ton of money on Edge, and then like they can't use him right now at all. Like he had that Mania match, which sadly everybody peed on because it was like 5 hours long.
Yeah, it was way too long.
And then now they're just going to come back and do like a regular like empty arena match?
They're going to do a bridged version of that bout.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? So,
I mean, they don't fight. They didn't say anything about fighting. They said they're going to be there.
I thought later on they said they're going to fight.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems unnecessary.
Yeah, it was like they did that at Mania. They fought a lot.
Are they going to fight each other? Or are they going to fight together as rated RKO?
Swear it said
together.
Orton versus Edge next week on Raw.
No, I just thought they were going to be on there anyways. Shows how much I was paying attention. Next, Make-A-Wish video package. And then after that, a Murphy interview. He's asked, why you been so loyal to Seth? And he says, because Seth took him under his wing when it benefited both of them. And he's learned and developed a lot since then. And says, maybe one day you'll be better than Seth. But that's later. Tonight, I think Seth can beat Drew, but I know I can beat him. Didn't really work out that way for old buddy, though.
Nope.
Then we get Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink versus Ricochet, Cedric Alexander. We talked about the finish of this match at the opening of the show. Really surprising. They had Ricochet eat the pin. Sequence was great to end, so Thorne hits cannonball Cedric. He turns around. He eats a super kick from Ricochet. Ricochet then turns around. He eats a massive boot from Vink. Vink gets the cover. Vink gets the win.
And then I texted you FFS.
And I said, that was a weird finish to that match.
Yeah, that was bizarre. And then I texted you a picture of Finn Balor from like ages ago.
It looked like the date of the poster was 2007 or 2008.
Yeah.
In the background.
He looks super goofy. Anyways, he has like bleach blonde hair and then like a white jacket. And then like his lips are super red. I don't know what he was going for there. Didn't work. Anyways, after that, we had a really long match. Street Profits versus Viking Raiders.
It was good, though. I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was a fantastic match. It was just really long, and it was non-title. So, like, it really didn't
I only realized that after Viking Raiders won. I was like, oh, they won the titles. They didn't?
Okay, I didn't want to come off like an idiot because I thought the exact same thing. I thought last week when they challenged them, I thought it was set up to be a tag title match.
That's what I thought, too. But then again, I thought Drew McIntyre won the U.S. title too a few weeks back from Andrade. So
you're just plugging in all these stipulations of your own, man.
Pretty
much,
it, man.
I like it. You're using your imagination to fuel these empty arena episodes.
Belts to change hands, man.
Yeah, something needs to happen.
These Raws need to be more unpredictable.
I agree. I know. But anyways, so yeah, no, it was a fun match. I thought for sure. So Montez must be made of some sort of rubbery material. Because when he got, was like a back body dropped or something, and he landed it, he stuck the landing on it, but his leg, like his ankle, like looked like it was bending, like because it was a stiff landing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, it looked nasty, but he was fine.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it was like early in the match too.
Yeah, it was the very beginning because he does that, and before the match, Street Profits had a promo to talk about the Performance Center where the Street Profits were born. And he said ever since the War Raiders, War Machine, signed with WWE, Profits have been chasing them, but the chase ends tonight. So then, that move was belly to back. Ford flips out of it, and he and Dawkins are having a laugh about how awesome it is. And then Ray Rowe comes over and just knocks Dawkins right off the apron. War Raiders are in control for a while. There's a lot of good back and forth in this match, and specifically, it seemed like whenever Dawkins got in the ring, he can match up well with the Viking Raiders' power. Mm-hmm. And then whenever Ford got in, the Viking Raiders would kind of make a comeback and regain the advantage. It was a good back and forth, and it was pretty cool that towards the end, a belly-to-back suplex played a role in things. They went back around to it. Ford tried one on Hansen, couldn't do it because Hansen's massive. Hansen tries for a belly-to-back on Ford. He flips out again, gets tagged Dawkins, double belly-to-back, and then Dawkins did another belly-to-back, and Ford did a moonsault off it. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Gets it to end of the day, though. War Raiders, they hit Viking Experience to get the win.
Yeah, so that guarantees they're going to eat the loss at Money in the Bank if that happens.
You got that right.
Like a couple of people, like a bunch of people in chat sort of agree with us that everybody thought it was going to be a title match. Nielsen82 said, I think they said it was, then changed it on Twitter or something later. I have no verification of that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the truth, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
WWE does weird stuff like that.
They do. Drew had an interview next, calls Buddy confused young man, very vulnerable. Said he's talented, but if he's willing to sacrifice for his Messiah, and his Messiah is willing for his disciple to be sacrificed, then who is Drew to deny people a good slaughtering?
Ouch.
And that's pretty much exactly what we got tonight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Buddy.
Pretty
He
much.
destroyed Buddy. Next, Viking Raiders interview. I felt like Ray Rowe was very much Viking Raiders old school, and Hansen wanted to be Viking Raiders.
The SUV guy, no, he was talking like a normal. He was talking like a Lebowski.
Super casual.
Yeah.
Super casual. So they're asked, to what do they owe their success? Rowe says it's not success, it's dominance. And Hansen goes, yeah, we respect the Street Profits. We even like them a little bit.
What Viking ever says we even like them a little bit?
And it seemed like a Viking thing to say, unless he's talking about like another Viking. Even then, probably not. He says, we're just better. And then Ray Rowe says something about extinguishing the smoke.
They should be stoner Vikings. That'd be cool. That'd get over big time.
They should be techno Vikings.
There is but one techno Viking, man. Nobody can be techno Viking except for that one guy. Did you ever read that interview with that dude?
Mm-mm.
Like, he was very elusive for the longest time. And then somebody tracked him down. And to see him now, he's like the geekiest looking. I think he's like a botanist or something crazy like that. He's just like a normal dude who just loved to dance and was jack ripped and had like a whole following, like a Jesus-like following in the middle of the street one day.
Yeah, man.
But then he was all embarrassed by it and stuff. That was one of the most bizarre videos I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I remember watching that. I was like, wow, this is something else.
The early days of E-Bomb's world.
There you go. Alistair had a promo next. He says he wants AJ to tell everyone how it felt to be buried 6 feet deep, all alone, that darkness, clawing for a way out, being swallowed by darkness. And he says, obviously, it make you more humble, because AJ is talking about throwing Alistair off a building next Sunday. Says, if you somehow manage to do that, pray that Alistair doesn't make it back up, because if he does, he's getting that contract. If he gets thrown off the building and makes it back up, we're talking about Jesus figures. Alistair Black goes towards the top of that list.
Yeah.
AJ will wish he was buried deeper than just 6 feet.
I hope they go all out with this shit. Like, Alistair gets thrown off, but then he poofs into like a black smoke and he comes back up and he like rematerializes.
Smoke monster from Lost.
Exactly. That'd be rad.
Next, we had a Ray promo. He says, I've been WWE so long, I usually know what to expect in any match, except not this year's Money in the Bank. He went to sell the show. How so different? He says, I know I don't have that many title shots left, so this year the risk of the match is worth the reward. He talked about getting tossed off the building, too.
I like that he got.
Someone's totally going off.
I like that. Yeah, totally. It's got to be Baron. I appreciate that, and it's got to be Elias throwing Baron off, right? Because that's actually some pretty damn good long-term storytelling right there.
Yes. Well, by WWE standards, long-term, yeah.
That's all you can ask for these days.
It's like a month.
Any amount of of like stuff that references what has been done before, I'm happy with. I'm willing to declare that,
Long-term storytelling.
the great American novel of wrestling at this point.
Yeah.
No, I like that Ray was talking about how it took this match for him to realize there are fewer days ahead than behind. I was like, you're like 50,000 years old.
Yeah, he's got a
Although
lot of mileage on him.
with stem cell therapy, apparently you can, it's the fountain of youth.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Next Charlotte came out. Go ahead.
So she called herself the hardest working woman in any industry, in that she works 2 days a week. She said, I work Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm like, you know what, asshole? My wife works 5 days a week and not in 15-minute bouts.
About all the women out there who are working in the health care field these days, working 12, 14 hours a day, 5-6 days a week.
Yeah. You are literally probably the least hardworking person in any industry. Anyways, so yeah, she talks about working 2 days a week. She hypes the match against Io Shirai on Wednesday. Liv Morgan awkwardly stumbles to the ramp, asks Charlotte if she remembers who she is. Charlotte's like, yeah, I don't know who you are. And Liv's like, Charlotte thinks that Liv just wants attention. She wants to be taken seriously. Liv is all talking crap about having a silver spoon in her mouth from birth. Said sooner or later she's going to be champion. Charlotte's like, she hammers this home. Liv, you don't even know who you are. Charlotte, I do know who I am. And
you're going to bow before the queen, woo.
Yeah, anyways, they're about to have a match. Before that, we got a Jinder Mahal video package. Why wasn't he in this gauntlet match?
Yeah, no, he should have won it.
They want to keep him strong, I guess.
Heck yeah, man. You should have
So
won it.
they don't have him in anything.
Jinder, we want to keep you looking strong. Okay, so who am I going to beat? We're not going to have you on TV. Say again.
And then next week, you're going to fight Akira Tozawa again.
Yeah, but I beat him before. Dominance.
Yeah, twice. Makes you twice as strong.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
You could say, well, does Akira actually won a match on Raw? Well, you beat him twice. You can't look bad beating him twice. Anyway, Charlotte and Liv put on a pretty fun match.
This is actually a pretty good match. Yeah, I like this. I like that
man.
all of Liv's power moves come off of Irish whips.
Yeah.
Everything she does that's like kind of cool and powerful, it's all like springboardy stuff off the ropes. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that super code breaker she hit off the top was great.
Yeah, it was neat.
That was awesome. I got her a 2 count. She has another pin. Charlotte kicks out. Liv goes for a finish. That springboard flatliner. Charlotte catches her. Locks into figure 8. Liv taps out. Fun match, though. It's really fun.
Yeah, it was good stuff. After that, we had our main event. Drew McIntyre versus Buddy Murphy.
Murphy.
And Seth Rollins was standing at the ramp to just watch him, watch Murphy, watch the disciple get his ass beat.
Man, Drew was laying the lumber on Murphy.
Big time, yeah.
He was beating the hell out of him. And anytime Murphy got some offense together, he would for cover. Drew would kick out a 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they booked Drew so strong.
I love it. So many times someone's won the title, and they're booked like a mid-carder.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Drew was booked as a dominant champion, how it should be. It's great.
Totally,
great.
Yeah.
So at the end, Buddy's mocking Drew's Claymore countdown. Drew gets up, Claymores the hell out of him, wins. So at this point, Seth had already started creeping down closer to the ring. He walks up, so he's at the top of the ring steps. Drew's in the middle of the ring, says, get in. So Seth gets on the apron. And Drew says, come on, let's fight. I don't want to wait. Let's just fight now. And Drew says, here, I'm on my knees. Get in here. I'll stay here. Just get you in here to fight me. And so Seth makes a move to get in the ring, and then he just hops off the apron. Looks like he's walking backstage. So Drew's doing his poses. Looks like he was talking to commentary maybe. Turns around, bang, super kick from Seth. And then he tells Drew, hey, this match isn't about either of them. He picks up the title, stares at it for a bit, drops it, goes for a stomp. Drew gets up, hits him with the headbutt, goes for a claymore. Seth rolls out of the ring.
And there you go. There's your
your
Seth
final
realized,
segment.
oh crap, go home math. I'm supposed to lose on Sunday, so let me go back down there and get the upper hand briefly.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, they didn't make Drew look too bad or anything.
We'll do some questions.
Yeah, let's do some questions. Do you want to do Patreon or do you want to do Twitch?
I'm already on Twitch, so
Okay,
Twitch,
cool.
I suppose.
All right.
Dang MQ says, kayfabe, how does John Cena come back after his disappearance? They didn't bother coming up with any sort of explanation for AJ, so I don't think they would for Cena either.
Fun fact, I totally forgot to actually hit publish on the damn Raw QA thread.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was, I think I went to go find like a cool image to put on there, and then I just didn't do any of that.
All right, well, fair enough.
Whoops.
On them, we would like to wish Ricochet the best in his future endeavors. Well, I mean, apparently that offer's out there that if you want to walk, you can leave. So who knows if Ricochet would even take him up on the offer?
Yeah, I don't know. He might be one of the guys that they're like, no, we don't want you to go anywhere.
Could be. Yeah, who knows?
I'm gonna go to
Fear and
the
Loathing-
Discord. If anybody's on
All
the
right.
Discord asking questions.
Fear and Loathing asked, did they partially spoil the women's Money in the Bank by saying Becky will confront her on Raw next week?
They didn't just say Becky will. That's actually a good point. They said Becky Lynch will be on Raw next week to confront and annihilate. Or they didn't use annihilate, but they said something like that. They said Becky's going to go and like destroy whoever shows up as Money in the Bank.
Who's from SmackDown is in the match? It's Carmella, Dana, and Lacey Evans.
Yeah. No, it's going to be. I kind of have a theory for that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Shayna winning Money in the Bank because Shayna lost to Becky, so she doesn't really have a road back unless it's Money in the Bank. Nia hasn't. She hasn't lost to Becky Lynch, or she hasn't like fought her recently, since she's come back anyways. So like she has a path directly to her as her next opponent. They have a tough match. Shayna comes in, and because does Becky have an opponent for Money in the Bank? She doesn't, huh? So I mean, they could do it whenever. So Shayna cashes in after a Nia Jax match. So I think that Shayna's going to win it.
That makes sense. Fear and Loathing was tonight rock bottom for Ricochet. If there's no story in place for after this, then yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes, probably. I mean, it's Brandon Vink. Let's see here. Today. Okay, cool. Yeah. Snake Sosa, FC champ. Is Vince really mad at Roman when he wasn't shown in the Money in the Bank #1 highlight?
Yeah, they showed Seth cash in without showing Roman.
Interesting. How did that? I sort of turned away when that was happening because I was there.
I didn't notice it either when it aired. But
I mean, literally, didn't they have to show? Did they show the pin?
Yeah, beating a pin. I guess not. I think they might just showed him running down the ring.
I saw that
maybe
part.
just holding the title. Maybe.
Wow.
I know.
Man.
Dang MQ here, going back to our pre-show chat about Steve's might have something going on sometime this week that you might want to tune into.
Yeah.
Potential thing to study up on. Women Batista smash in reverse order.
Oh man, I just have to look at his Twitter feed.
There you go.
He's
Mr.
all over
Forbes,
that.
Do you think that Seth needs new music for his new gimmick? His current theme doesn't really work for me with what he's doing now. I agree.
No, man. You know why they shouldn't do that? His theme is fine. Because they'd give him some like what are they called, the Gregorian monks?
Mm-hmm.
They'd give him some crap like that. That's just over the top. No, don't do that. Just keep it the way it is. It works if you're a heel or face. Austin the Adventured One. You get to shoot the Money in the Bank match, but it has to be feature-length movie. What is the final product you present? So, like, describe the movie you'd make for Money in the Bank. I would make it like I'd try to make it like Wolf of Wall Street, and one of the characters would be like up there on the ladder, and somebody would be trying to get him off, and he'd say, "I'm not leaving."
I thought you were gonna do the bit where whoever's up there goes perfect.
No, but that would happen too.
Glamorous Jar, as much as I am always making new stars, nobody with jobber entrance should win. Do you see Ricochet or Cedric leaving soon?
Oh, wait a second. Did Shane Thorne and Vink, they had a theme song at least?
Yeah,
They had
it
a
was
theme song.
Shane's theme song. Yeah,
Did we see them walk down though?
I thought so. I was behind, so I was kind of skipping ahead on some stuff.
Man, if they didn't even, wow.
Nielsen 82 Power Rank. Who will cameo in the Money in the Bank ladder match?
Who will cameo in the Money in the
Hopefully
Bank
Vince.
ladder match?
Hopefully Vince.
Yeah, that's all I want. I just want to see Vince.
Vince and his dinosaur.
Greg Morris. Steve, what were Brock's first 5 matches after his re-debut in 2012?
Oh, good question. Cena was his first one.
Wait, that wasn't the Cena the SummerSlam one.
No, I
That
think
was
Cena beat him in
2014.
his return match in 2012.
I know he fought. Didn't he fight Triple H at
Twice.
Mania 2013?
That sounds right.
Or was that 2014? And then
I think
Undertaker at some point.
Cena won the belt from Rock at Mania 2012, right? And then his first major feud with Brock, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had 2 matches against Triple H, 1 match against Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd been and then probably Undertaker.
Yeah. Wait, did he have he had a Punk match?
That was after. No, you're right.
He had a Punk
That was
match.
before. That was
Yeah.
before Taker.
Mr. Lipkin, recast Star Trek Picard. I hate recasting questions, but I like Mr. Lipkin,
ask
so I'll
him
do this. Recast Star Trek Picard with wrestlers that are going to leave. No, it's always Mr. Lipkin, I think, that does these damn who's going to leave WWE for or the other way around, AEW to WWE. No, I'm not answering those questions.
All right. Tado, for real, did you notice Liv stumbling on her promo? I was about to say that Charlotte had to spoon up her ass, but corrected herself by saying mouth. That was intentional.
Oh, that was intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was totally intentional.
Yeah. Because she didn't
Ryan
want
Miller
to,
asked
she
about-
caught herself cursing.
Yeah. Rye Miller mentions the removal of Reigns from the Seth cash-in. Roy Rogers 92. Today, a friend told me that he is watching the Big Show's show because he knows him and he hates wrestling. Which other wrestlers do you think is a bigger outside the wrestling world with us? So the wrestling world with us? No, not in it. Maybe not in it.
Wait, what's the question?
Today, a friend told me that he is watching the Big Show's show because he knows him and he hates wrestling. What other wrestlers
do you think are bigger outside of the wrestling world with us know in it?
with us not knowing it?
I don't know. So what other wrestlers do? I guess what other wrestlers do we think have people know about on the outside world that aren't in the know?
That we find that unexpected.
Yeah. So everybody knows who John Cena is for the most part, but then apparently nobody knows who Roman Reigns is.
I'm guessing a lot of people know who Dave Bautista is now.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how many people know who Becky Lynch is. Who do you think people know more, Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch?
Oh, Becky Lynch. Becky
You think
Lynch's
so?
been ESPN commercials, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
about that.
I think so. Ondem says the screen went black. Oh, they blacked out the screen during the pin. The Roman
What? That's
Did you just hear the count then?
Oh, did they do like a dramatic thing to cover
Maybe.
Roman? Man, maybe Wrestle Talk is onto something. Hot
Maybe.
heat
Maybe.
on Roman. Well, I mean, given that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, if he's not going to be back for a year, whenever vaccine is around and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's
Still,
kind
you can show him getting.
that's
pinned by
lame.
Seth.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
It is weird.
Is he
Glamorous
still on
Jar,
WWE.com or is it,
Is he in the alumni section?
is it like Brock, on the network, Brock Lesnar in singles action?
I know. Glamorous Jar, as a follow-up to Steve from a comment a month ago, Jinder might have fallen far after he lost the W Championship, but Ricochet has now fallen a lot farther.
Oh,
the
man,
comment you
I
just
don't
made.
know. Jinder fell to I don't know that he was ever on main event necessarily, but he was the main event. And as soon as he lost the title, usually it's a fairly slow descent. You go you're still in the main event for a while. You lose. You fall to the upper mid card and you go down. He went.
Yeah. White Brownie suggests top 10 bulges in gaming. Or wrestling, sorry, not gaming, wrestling. Had to flashback to 2013 there for a second.
In gaming, yeah, there you go. Let's see here. I'm looking at Roman Reigns' profile on WWE.com.
Well, that's a good question. Diehard Homer, who would you rather have on Talk is Jericho, Seth or Roman? Roman? 100% Roman.
Why?
I just feel like he'd be more a straight shooter. And I don't think there'd be bitterness with Roman. He would just give you the story from his perspective. And I feel like Seth would tailor the narrative and be bitter about it if he were on. I don't know why he would be on. Assuming they leave WWE or whatever and they're on Talk is Jericho. I think knowing the ins and outs of the Roman Reigns experiment from his perspective would be fascinating.
Yeah, okay. That's a good answer.
Machine Aries, wrestlers that Vince McMahon blacklisted in reverse chronological order. Stevie Bradley says, Big Show heel turns, reverse chronological order.
Oh, my God. Be too many.
It's iStream 2K. If Becky Lynch takes extended time off, who should her first feud back be against, and how long, if at all, should she be out of the title picture?
If she takes some time off, I don't know. I mean, if Shayna beats her and if Shayna cashes in and she quantum leaps out, have her be gone till, I don't know,
Mania.
I'd say
or
Survivor Series. I don't know how much time she wants to take off.
That's what you do. Surprise entry and the Rumble, have her win it.
Yeah, okay. That'd be big. I just don't know if they don't if she takes off. Let's say she takes off at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Then SummerSlam to Mania or SummerSlam to Rumble. That's not that bad.
5 months.
That makes sense. That could make sense.
Asian Murr would love a segment with Vince and the puppets from Firefly Funhouse. I assume that's for Money in the Bank. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? I mean, that'd be cool, but they exist in a different universe, I think. That's true, but
all right, any more?
No, that's it.
All right, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with a news brief, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.